It's good. What it do? I was on mute. It is Friday. You know how we do. In between time when you get off, on your way to the club, whatever the club look like with, whatever it look like in COVID. This our time to talk. On that ride home, you can pull it up. You can listen to it in your car. I don't care how you do it, but we gotta have time to talk a little bit. 5:30 to 6:30 every Friday up until sometime when my producer tell me to stop doing these things. But I'm having fun. So it is election time, man. Early voting's going on around the country. We doing all the things we need to do. I need somebody to talk to me about it. If you want to join me, come on. Connect with me on the chat. Let me know. We might bring you on in to tell me about your experience today. Usually I'm not suited and booted, but I'm in school and I have a presentation due that's directly after this. So I was like, well, you're gonna get me in shirt and tie today. And I apologize that I'm all formal on our ride home, but I still got work to do. So it is what it is. DSW program is stressing me out. Who decided that this was the right thing to do to go back and get a doctorate? But I know it's people watching me. I know people are. Who is calling me? Tell them to leave me alone. Tell my brother to leave me alone doing my show. He knows it's 5:30. Why is he calling me? So, Lucky, it's 5:30, man. Come on the show if you want to talk to me. I can't talk to you right now. But let me know how your voter experience has been going. If you are in Maryland and you want to get the voter information updates, you can go to the stream that's down low on my ticker, vote411.org/Maryland, and you will get all that good stuff. We have a great show today. I got one of my friends who is a breast cancer survivor, and I want her to tell her story, and she's been dodging me for about a week, so I'm going to mess with her about that. But I'll bring that in soon. I also invited another young lady to talk about some of the things that's going on around the county because I think she's at an event right now. She said she would join me. I appreciate her for that. So she can talk about some of that get out and vote stuff or where you can go, how it's looking like on the polls, what the lines look like, all that good stuff. So like you do on every Friday, it's not a political show. We talk about anything that goes. So ain't no sports this week. So I guess we could talk about the Dodgers winning the World Series, but other than that, okay, I don't know. But let's bring in our guest. Let's get her introduction. Let her tell her about herself. I know she's nervous, but it's okay. It's Friday. We know how we do. Hey, ma'am, how are you?
Hello, how are you?
I can't complain. I'll let you introduce yourself first, then we get to do with that horrible hat in the back. We get him to introduce himself. But look, everybody that comes on the show, they have to tell people how you know me and say something nice, nothing mean, or I'm going to have the producer cut you off.
So my name's Lakeisha. Everybody knows me as Kiki. Met Antwan several years ago at Livingstone through a mutual friend, and we've been kicking it ever since.
Ever since.
Yeah.
All right, the big head dude behind you, he can introduce himself. That's my man here.
I'm Thaddeus Harris. Want to know we go back to LC, Blue Bears. You know how we do.
You know how we do. Hey, thank y'all both for coming on, man. I appreciate it. I know, Keisha. I'm sorry, Kiki, because I know I'm in tie, but I'm gonna go Kiki because I know Kiki. Look, I know that this is out your comfort zone, but this is the last show of the month. It's breast cancer month, so I had to ask you to come on and share your story because I'm happy for you. I love you. I'm glad you are where you are. I remember this process. I know it was tough on you, so I just wanted you to share a little bit. And then we'll go into some of the light stuff and we'll talk there.
Okay. So last Saturday, the 24th, was my 3rd year anniversary. So I'm 3 years strong. My process, the mammograms and everything started out. I started getting mammograms at the age of 40. Went for the first one, and they told me, of course, they really have nothing to go off of. So more than likely, I would get a call back. I went at 40, got a call back. They checked out. Everything was okay. I went back Well, no, at 40, I had to follow up. And then when I went back for the follow up 6 months later, everything was fine. I didn't, nothing was there. So 41 was fine. 42 rolls around, and right before my diagnosis, I had went for my yearly female checkup. And actually, my gynecologist actually found the knot doing his process. So I went ahead and got the appointment scheduled. And he, and then of course, when I went for the mammogram, I was told that I could either reschedule because things didn't look good, things didn't look right. So I could either reschedule and come back, or I could wait 15 to 20 minutes, and they had an appointment that was open. So of course I stayed. They did the biopsy. I got those reports. That was on a Wednesday. That following Friday, I got the news that I did have breast cancer in my right and my left breast. Um, so that's where the process started. I chose, because it was really just in one area, and they gave me the option. I could have done the mastectomy or the lumpectomy. I chose the lumpectomy because it was just one in one area. I then went and had the my reason for the lumpectomy, because I did have the testing done to see if it was genetic. So of course it wasn't genetic. Everything that went from there, it was a uphill battle for me. I went through the lumpectomy on the 24th of October 2017. Then I healed from that. I was diagnosed at the time stage 2 breast cancer, because when they did go in to do the actual lumpectomy, they put this type of dye in it just to check around. And I had 12 lymph nodes removed because it was in that area. So it was actually it was rapid, because I went from 2 years of nothing to it being there and stage 2. So I started my chemo the Thursday after Thanksgiving of that year. Went through 4 strong rounds of chemo. And then I chose to do 12. I could have done another 4 rounds of strong, but I chose to do 12 weeks of chemo once a week. And then started radiation. And right where he is right now, that's where he was the whole time.
Whole time. That's we know him. We're gonna get to him in a second, because we know how this dude is for a long time now. But listen, I know it's a lot of people out here that's gonna watch this, that's going to, that needs to understand that appointment saved your life. Like, if you run out there really getting those appointments, getting those checks from your gynecologist and everybody else, it saves your life. It saved you early enough where you knew that you had to go do some things. Like, I was praying from you for afar. Like, nobody wants to reach out and say, there's nothing I could do for you but pray and make sure I wish this. So like every step of the way, I'm looking like, okay, all right, I see it. We're still tracking. All right, everything's good. So like when Felicia said, hey, we need to have somebody on for breast cancer, I was like, I know exactly who to call. I got a survivor who's strong. I know a brother behind her who's strong. Let's rock with it. So that's good. So that's interesting, man, because I would never want to have to do that in my life. Like, I'm about to cry now and think about it. Like, I wouldn't want to do that. So how did that go for you? Like, I know you just said it there, like, I'm douching, I'm gonna cry in the closet. I ain't gonna do that.
I had my moments where emotionally I was drained, but I couldn't show my emotion because I had to be strong for her.
Right.
Process of, I guess the process for me was, it was something that I couldn't fix. And that male ego that we have, there's a problem, how can we fix it? And this was something that I couldn't fix. I know once she was diagnosed, that was possibly one of those three weeks were the hardest for me. to lay beside her and hear her cry out, asking God, why me? What have I done to deserve this? And I think emotionally that was the toll on me, because she's in a vulnerable state and there's nothing that I can say to remotely calm her nerves or put her in a different position to think differently. So it was a lot of processing that I had to do as being a support to change the narrative of her, to say that you're beautiful, you're strong. So every day it was something different that I was doing to try to be a sense of encouragement. So I think for her, the shocker came again when she started to lose her hair. And I would make jokes about it. Like, hey, bald head twins,
let's do it. Yeah.
Bald head
You ain't had no hair since so that ain't nothing new for you.
Right. So it was a different sense that I had to make things interesting and fun to let her know that you're still beautiful. Your hair doesn't define you. Your doesn't define you. Your character and who you are defines you. So it was just more or less me being creative and supportive at the same time. So through this whole ordeal, I only missed 2 appointments. And that was because of things that was going on at the work when I was at the school system that I couldn't get. But with the support system that she had and her mom and the other team members that we had, people was able to step in and fill in the gaps. A couple of appointments that I know me and mom, we fell in there together.
Yeah.
The two that you mentioned.
we took the laptop, we took the tablet. So in the process of going through the chemo, we was watching movies, we was still eating, doing whatever we did.
Yeah.
But it was never a moment to where I let her soak in that moment.
Yeah. That's good, man.
Upbeat.
That's another process on the male side of things that we don't take in consideration when you love somebody, that you really have to love them no matter what. And some of the things that you got to put on yourself with being vulnerable, being there for them through thick and thin, like all this stuff matters. I ain't realized it when I was 18. Now that I'm 40 something, I'm like, all right, I see the process of why your mom and grandma would tell you, boy, do better. But man, I commend you, because I know most guys probably couldn't handle some of that. Like as a man and as a person, like I said, I've known you for a long time, so always been that type of guy. So if she couldn't have had a better person beside her during this process, outside your mama, all them people, just understanding that who you are for this process. It was a great match, and God knew what he was doing to get you through it. Y'all still rolling. We still here. We miss homecoming. I'm a little upset about that. But when they get back and popping, we'll be there. Okay. So okay, now the light stuff, right? So I got a lady coming on later. I don't think she's in the broadcast yet, but she's gonna come on and talk about some of that, some of the stuff we did back in the county. Get out and vote. I gotta do that for the people that live around here. But for us, did y'all go to the virtual homecoming?
No.
No, I didn't do either. So this will be the first homecoming I missed in 15 years. So I'm really not feeling that at all. So I don't know. Oh, okay. She over here giving me notes and stuff now. Oh, everybody saying hi to y'all. So you're gonna have the whole Livingstone support system on this show in a minute. And they're gonna be all shouting y'all out. So watch the ticker. Say hey to whoever. I saw T earlier. You say hey. Hey, Miss Gaines, how are you?
They asking what virtual homecoming. Hey, I
know. See, missed it out. I knew it. It came through my email, and I was like, yeah, I'm not doing it. Plus, they didn't call me to host anything. How y'all not call me to host anything? I'll call Slim later and be like, she didn't call me to host a party or anything. And I don't appreciate it. So did y'all go vote yet?
Yes.
You already did. Yes. How was the lines and process down y'all in?
I actually just went today.
Okay.
And it wasn't bad. I went not to the main early voting spot. I went to in Spencer, and I waited maybe 30 minutes. So it wasn't too bad. But the line, and it's a good thing, because the lines at the main early voting spot here in Salisbury, it's been crowded every time I go by. Right there at the mall, every time I go, it's been crowded.
Yeah, this is
Everybody voting.
Yeah, everybody voting. I'm glad. It's glad to see.
Yeah.
We'll see how
Right.
this thing turned out. It's gonna be interesting. So
Oh yeah, I talked to Mr. Paper last week, and he sent a message saying that he was working the polls in Charlotte. He said that he's amazed at the number of young African American males that are turning out to vote. So apparently, somebody's taking a liking to really get the word out that our voice is needed amongst the African American males. So
I just had a conversation with one of my cousins. I tried to get him to come on. He don't have breast cancer, but he is going through cancer. He just finished his chemotherapy, and he's going to have his surgery removed. I tried to get him to come on today and talk to us, but he was like, "Nah, he's still not comfortable with the bald head, so he still just got."
I love my milk dud. I gotta go back, baby.
But he can't. He used to having dreads, so his thing was all down his back. So now he getting ready to that new look. So I was like, okay, if you don't come, I get it. But I was talking to him earlier about that same thing about us as black males getting out and vote and just getting to understand. And I was telling him like the process of, and I told him I wouldn't say this live, but I'm gonna say it anyway. So I said the process that we don't get we get now at 40 that we didn't get at maybe 20 is these things affect us for years to come.
Right.
So if you keep on letting older people make decisions for you now, when you get old, those decisions still gonna roll over, and you had no chance of being able to set yourself up for life. Because some of the decisions that these jokers made 20 years now are affecting us in our 40s. Some of these taxes, some of these laws, some of this stuff. Like, so now if you, like I said, I told somebody when I get elected, because I'm gonna get elected to something, when I get elected again, I'm not gonna stay in my 70s because I'm out of touch. Like that just doesn't make sense. I can go consult, I can go raise another brother up, I can do whatever because I got the experience and the knowledge to be able to pass it on. But to be connected with the next generation, man, that's a young man's sport. Like you gotta be able to let them turn over the baton and do their thing and run with it. And I ain't afraid to sit back and tell nobody about that. Like, no, I need to sit down somewhere or move on and start training other people to come up. Not saying don't let your legacy die or don't, stop doing what you're doing because you experience that. Still teach it. But don't be sitting in these offices till you 90, 95 years old. Man. That's crazy.
I think some of the dilemma with the millennials, with this young population of African American males, none of them see themselves living past 30. So it's a different mind because of all the craziness that's going on. So I guess changing them to want better in that you do have a life beyond 30, but it's you altering some of your decision making and choices, especially for those that have kids, that it's a different narrative. So the conversation is different. But a lot of them, they don't see themselves making it past 30 because of the lifestyle that they live. Like in our area, we've seen so many young males not make it to their 25th birthday.
Yeah. And I trust me, that statistic when I was 18. I know we was fighting the same statistic that like just making it past your 18th birthday was a goal. Right. Getting out of high school was a reward. Like, so I get it. I get it. Like I said, I didn't think about these things now. It's crazy. Okay. Hey, Kiki, I had 2 weeks ago, right? I had on four black women that all was pursuing doctoral degrees.
Uh-huh.
And they were talking, just discussing about the demasculation of a man, the way back in the day, having black women go get education and do most of the work while men were being incarcerated and things like that, right? So I'm going to ask that about this, but how did knowing the black man that's behind you and the support that he give you, how you feel about all that good stuff? Like, you feel like it's still a cycle of that, even though, because I know we're going through this voting aspect and all this stuff. Do you feel like that cycle still pertains today?
Yeah, I do feel like there are more out that are trying to break that cycle. It's become something that they do realize, and there are more that are trying to change that. I mean, you even have some that, I mean, it may have taken incarceration, but you do have a select group that, once they do the incarceration time, they come out and they do have a different mindset. And it's like, hey, I don't want this to happen to you. And try and, direct some of the younger generation in the right path. I mean, I feel like there are more in this day and age that have attempted and did break the cycle. But, of course, there's always room for more.
Yeah, of course. Hey, Thad, you got any tips for us to how to be supportive men? Because I'm still learning. You got any tips?
Fella, this is an ongoing thing that I share with my clients in the office, man. Just understand the boundaries, expectations, and the consequences of setting limits through communication. Gotta be able to openly and effectively communicate and learn what each other's communication style is. We still a work in progress because we ain't got it all figured out.
Right.
We almost 9 years in, fella, and we still have bumps in the road in regards to communication. But it's a process. It takes work. If you're not willing to put the work in, it's not going to work.
Yeah, you're right. Because like I said, I got 15 with mine, 13 married, and I still get on the nerves because I don't be saying stuff the right way. I'm still trying to figure it out. I'll say it the right way. Like, hey, I thought I had that one. I thought I learned that one 6 years ago. I messed that one up again. So, but I get it. I just wanted, y'all don't know how much love and respect I have for you two. So I appreciate you, Thad, sitting down with us. I know somebody right here couldn't have did it again alone, and I just appreciate it. You're right. Couldn't get it alone. So what's good though? What's else down there? What's new? How's the fam?
Everybody cool.
Yeah.
Malachi taller than me. MJ look like a grown woman.
Hey, Thad, that's not hard.
Hey, don't do that. Hey, nothing changed. I told you, like when we was in school, I'm 6'5". Y'all just ain't seen it.
It ain't hard to be taller than you, Thad. That's good. All right. Well, I just saw my cousin. That's who I was talking about that had cancer. All right, Smalls. I saw your name pop up, man. You can come on and join. Come in the chat. You can come on in. Yeah, I saw him. Yeah, that's my big little. He actually 6'5". He's a big dude. He's 6'5". He's always had my back every time I turn the corner. They won't let me. I got bodyguards that I don't know. So if I'm in trouble, I turn the corner. I got 6'5" looking over my shoulder, like, you okay? Like, where did you come from? Like, how did people like that? Like, where did you come from? I'm good though. I appreciate it. So hey, I'm also okay. I'm gonna use this because I'm shamelessly going to use you guys for my doctoral degree. Okay, shameless. Plugging in, and I'm interviewing you for the next couple minutes about my topic because I'm trying to figure out now how to get more African American men to college and get them through debt free. Right? That's get them there and get them through debt free. So my capstone proposal is going to be based around the gig economy, where all this Uber and we got DoorDash, we got Lyft, and all that stuff. They can go out here and you can earn money. So why can't some of that profit go to paying tuition for you for that year? So I'm looking into how to combine some of these gig stuff with either the parent can go work or the student can go work, but my company is going to match whatever they do up to 50% and pay it off into their tuition for books and fees or for whatever they need. So I'm just
gotta change the mindset, brother.
All right. Yeah, it's
changing the mindset. And one, you got to realize, man, most of our kids, that young males, they have a different mindset. We was hungry when we got to school. We wanted to get that degree because that was something that some of us in our age group, man, we were first generation college students.
Right.
So we were hungry to go get it just so that grandma would have something to say that she was proud of. Now it's they got that, it's okay, I got it. But now they don't want to put the work in behind it to go. So it's like the mindset is totally different now.
Yeah, and I definitely
get a different response. Like right now with some of the young males around here, it's I want to play ball, or I want to go to the NBA, or I want to go to the NFL. Okay, but what's your plan? they have no plan. They have no rebuttal. They have no work ethic. They just assume that, oh, I'm just going to make it. No, it don't work like that. And so
Definitely don't work like that.
in the office, I'm going to be the next Kobe Bryant. Okay, but what does that look like?
Mm-hmm.
Being disrespectful to your parents. You think Kobe was disrespectful to his parents? So it's like changing the mindset early on to get these kids to understand. And some of them, man, they were brilliant. They could have been brilliant athletes in high school, but they were uncoachable.
Mm.
Got one kid he's serving, I think he probably about 4 years ago. Stand out in Davie County, got convicted of murder a couple years ago. This dude played halftime and still came out the leading scorer of the Christmas tournament a couple years ago. It still was the MVP.
That's crazy. But it's well, hold on, pause that. Let me bring in, we're gonna come back to that. We're gonna bring in Miss Queen, because Miss Queen got a lot of personality, y'all. So y'all stay with me. I love her to death. When she gets a camera, she likes to get it, and I love her. So we're gonna bring her on so she can tell us what's going on. Belinda, you there?
She driving.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we can see if she connects back. We'll see, and then we'll pull her back in. We'll pull her back in a second. My brother keep calling me like he don't know I do a show at 5:30, 6 o'clock. Like, he done called me on my cell phone. He called me on Facebook. I hope he okay, but he should be here. Came through. Was that that was my best friend. Nate asked about trade school. Nate, we're gonna work on trade schools too, but we're gonna try to get him to the degree. But that's just what I'm focusing on. But I think trade school is important, of course, because we can't do it without you master building engineers or you master electrician. And I'm still mad y'all don't have no student loan debt, and I do. So I would not forget about trade school.
Oh, yeah.
So it's it. Did Belinda call back in? She's still stuck. Let's see. All right, there you go. Hey, Belinda, how are you?
I'm good. I'm having the hardest time trying to connect you guys.
That's okay. We here. Well, you're not here right now. You just froze. Let's see. Let's see. We'll see if we can get her back in a second. All right. She is having a hard time, but I'll bring her back on in a second. Hey, Belinda, you there? Can you hear me?
She froze up.
I've been having a hard time. But I think I'm having a bad connection trying to get in. So how are you?
I am good. I know you're on your way to an event, so I just wanted you to talk about it a little bit.
Okay, so I'm actually on the way to a rally to get out the.
Oh, she dropped that time. So okay, we definitely gonna bring her back. Hopefully, when she get there, she'll have a better connection. So, I forgot what that. Now back to the guy who went to jail. So, but even in that process, right before, because what I'm finding out when we talking to all these black men in different businesses and stuff like that, that the early exposure to a different path can help with that. But if they don't want different path, it's kind of hard to try to steer a young black male somewhere different. Like if he's saying I'm going to the NBA and he thinks the NBA is going, regardless if he's working hard or not, that's the route he's gonna go. He's gonna go hard at it.
Right.
So
I think a lot of our kids they're failed in the education system. Whereas when I was in the school system, we had one particular coach that during that season, he's all in, checking on grades and all of that. But once that last game of the season turned in and equipment and things were turned in, he never checked on the kids no more. So
yeah, for what? They ain't doing
that. To him, I'm like, these kids are still football players. It's just not their season. What are you doing to help build their craft? Are you still checking in with their teachers to make sure that their grades are up so that when it's time for spring ball that they're eligible? But they didn't have that. Like parents are not keen enough to confront coaches to say, what are you doing to help my child stay relevant? And they don't do it. So yeah, it's just a different mindset.
It's hard. Okay.
It relates to parenting. Parents nowadays, man, they want to be their friend. You know, man, your grandma and your mama wasn't trying to be your friend.
Oh nah, I'm still trying to figure out. All right, let's try to bring in Belinda again one more time. Hey, you look better right now.
Over in the parking lot of a school. The only way you go out by connection.
I was like, oh yeah, you steady right now. How are you?
I'm in a school. I'm on Francis Scott Key parking lot.
Okay, all right, well, you close as long as you steady. That's good with me. So listen, everybody that come on the show, tell them how you know me, say something nice, and then we're gonna go so you can get back to where you're going.
Okay, so I know you actually remember the Central Committee. I got a Central Committee for 4 years out there and get the Democrats out to the polls to get you guys out the vote. More importantly now, you guys, it is so important that everybody get out the vote. Your vote does count. I'm actually on the school board now. I'm the school board representative, and I'm sitting in front of one of my schools in District 6. But it's so important that we get out the vote, you guys, because it's our children's lives depend on it, the next generation, to make sure that they not only get a quality education, but they get a fair education. So, I just came from a rally, the Get Out the Vote rally, the Delegate Bonds have going on right now in Suitland. So if you're up there on Suitland Road, you're right soon as you turn on Suitland Road, he's giving out free fish, you guys, from 6 to 8. You just pull up, drive up, you get free fish. It's to encourage our voters. Get out and vote. It is so important that you guys get the vote out today. You can vote today, you can vote tomorrow, you can vote Sunday, then November 3rd, though, and drag all souls to the, our senator always Brad Lottie Dottie and everybody, Brad Lottie Dottie and everybody, we need to get out and show that we need to get rid of what's in that White House, because it is not a good reputation for our children, for our future. And as I was listening, you talking about all the athletes, it is so sad to hear how a lot of our artists have been actually supporting Trump. I am so disappointed because these kids looked up to them role models. But I think it's a good thing because they realize they're not role models because they're saying some dumb things and making dumb decisions. So, this is for the next generation, for our kids. You guys, get out the vote. Let's make a difference. Let's show that our children, their future matter. A lot of people died for us to be able to vote. They gave up their life. They sacrificed. They did a lot of walking. They did a lot of marching. And we need to do the same. We need to march our souls to the polls because it's your one vote that can rock the vote and get Trump out that White House. So that's what I'm telling you guys. Get out and vote because your life depends on it.
As always, you did a wonderful job. Thanks for pulling over for me. I needed you today. I love you. I'll see you soon. I'm not going to come Gumpy Fish because I got something to do. But I'm sure I'll see you out at the poll somewhere.
Okay, I'm on my way to District 3 and 8 police station. They're giving out candy as a drive-by trunk or treat for the kids, you guys. If you have kids at home, come on, let them get out the house, put them in the cars, let them drive by and get some of that free candy.
Free candy. All right. Thank you. Be safe, and I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
That's listen, I don't care where she at, she got her. She's Facebook Live and she's on something. She's always giving up energy. She was a ball of energy every time you talk to her. I love that lady. So I'm glad she was able to hop on. I called her at the last minute, like, oh, I don't had nobody talk about all this stuff that's going on around here. But as usual, she came through for me. One of my classmates is on the chat. I can't find my chat button, but it'll pop up. So, Miss Burdine, if you still there, just want to say hi. Thanks for joining as always. I appreciate it. So, what else? See, yeah, there she go. I knew she was up there. She always got something to say. I wish I could have had her on today with y'all. She is the funniest person alive. Like she keeps us laughing. You know that one person in school, no matter how serious and smart they are, they say some of the funniest things ever that just keep you calm. Keep you at bay so you can keep moving. And in this program, she keeps us that way. So I appreciate that. But y'all, listen, I don't have nothing else for you. Like I'm just here. Like I told you, Friday nights is that in between time when you're supposed to be driving home from work, and then this time before you get home, that last hour, because it's an hour for us because all traffic. I don't care where you go in DC, it's an hour. It's 30 minutes here, 30 minutes there, 45 minutes there, 45 minutes here. So I was like, I'm gonna take this last middle hour to do what we do.
Oh yeah, I don't like your traffic, and I don't like Atlanta traffic.
Atlanta traffic worse.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Traffic worse. Don't try to put traffic. It's Atlanta, then it's New York.
Oh yeah, I would never drive to New York. Never.
I tried that last spring.
Tripping.
I will tell you. I'll tell y'all a story when we at homecoming about my New York driving experience that I thought I killed myself and my whole. I thought my whole family was gone, but I can't do that live, so we can't talk about it. But I just thought it was over. So never again will I decide to drive in New York City.
Wow.
No, never again. I tried it last summer for the second time. Because Felicia's from Brooklyn. When we go home, I go to Brooklyn. But downtown, not doing that ever again.
Oh no.
Yeah, they crazy. I almost hit a bike, like because he cut me off. Like, what is he doing? She was like, he riding a bike. Like he need to get out the street or something. Like he got a car. He don't have a car. What is he doing? So,
yeah, the mail carriers, they get it in.
Yeah, they be getting into food delivery guys. They be moving like they got cars. Like and looked at me like if he dared me to hit him with my car. Like I wasn't trying to hit you, but you are in the way. Like you kind of cut me.
Y'all do treat people on bikes and pedestrians in DC like speed bumps.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We can bring the twins on. We can bring the twins on. They'll verify.
I don't know what you're talking about. We got speed. We got lanes for bikes. They don't have lanes for bikes at those same. Like I don't know. Stay in your lane. Treat you like a car. If you don't stay in your lane, if your car come out your lane, do you get hit?
Yeah, you got a point.
Stay in your lane.
Hey,
so
whatever you got to do to try to fix it, but I got you. I understand.
Not me. I don't know what you're talking about. I do not know what you're talking about. Nope. So listen, my son, my Skeet is 24 years old, by the way. Thad, you're old. Kiki, you're old. 24 years old. Okay. Proud of him. He running his own business and he worked for this landscaping company. So I need to call him. I thought I saw his name pop up somewhere, but if not, Skeet, if you're on there, make sure you go vote. Because I know you ain't do your mail-in ballot because it's at my house and I'm calling you out. And make sure you get to the polls and make sure you vote. All right, sir. So I'll see you. I'll check on you probably later on today. Make sure you get out there and vote this weekend. But it's important, man. I don't know if y'all watched any of the debates, but
oh goodness,
yeah, that was tough.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
It was hard to sit through, especially the first.
The first one was, I think I didn't watch the second one because I think we was in class. I was like, I can't do it. And then I went on YouTube the next day and watched the third one. And I was like, okay, that was a little better. Whew, thanks for somebody being presidential on this panel.
Right.
Yeah, that was crazy. So hold on for 1 second. Let me type this in the chat.
It must be a good message he typed.
He's starting grinning.
Yeah. Nah, it ain't that good. It's just reminder. It's a reminder for you two that I appreciate y'all. Okay. But it is what it is. So what's going on for we doing anything for the holidays? What's going on for? I know we doing
COVID going on.
Nope.
COVID is real.
Listen, I came down, for the funeral.
You did
to y'all neck of the woods, and I was scared. Like,
right.
I was scared. Like we locked things down up here. It was locked. You can't go and walk around without one. Can't go in the store. You be like, I came down there and I was like, woo. They're not doing it. This is
right.
they was like, come out. I was like, I gotta go to my room. I can't. I can't be playing these games. I got a whole mama in my house that's on oxygen and sick and one lung.
yeah. You can't do that.
I can't be playing in these streets out here. So that was different. And my brother's down that way.
Mhm.
So when I saw him and I was like, "You being safe?" He was like, "Yeah, I got my mask, got my hand sanitizer, got everything I need." So I was
you walk around with it like it's ID.
Right.
that new fire.
Right.
That's crazy, but that's different. So I just be safe. I understand it's real down there. Be safe, and numbers are going up. And I don't think we talk about people ain't really noticing that these numbers are spiking up, which they said it would because it's flu season, and people don't know what it's going to look like during flu. And I saw the death rates in Maryland went up the other day. Cases went up. I was talking to my boss, and she's in some part in Ohio, and she was like, they had 4,000 cases. And I was like, Jesus Christ, 900 in Maryland. And I know y'all's not the city is not as big as ours. So that's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. So if y'all listening, man, please protect yourselves. We are not out of the woods yet.
No, we are not turning no corner like
not just because he said it. I don't mean it's true. What I've been saying the whole time this pandemic is going on, I've been saying it takes a year for a vaccine. Every vaccine we ever had usually takes a year. So we had our first case we had our first cases in January, beginning of February. If the United States are on a fast track like they usually are, we should have something by December. So December, November, like we should be coming up. And I know they're getting close with some stuff, but we should have something workable by December going into January. That's still my hope. That's still, if we go along with science that's been going on in this country, we should get a vaccine by the beginning of the year.
Oh yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna get that vaccine though.
I'm gonna let them get it. I figured if more.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna be the guinea pig.
Yeah, that first round, I'll wait a couple. I still ain't got a flu shot. I think I gotta go get one. I was like, I'll wait, and then I'll be like, I'll wait. My doctor tried to trick me. You want to get a flu shot? I was like, COVID out here. He was like, what that got to do with the flu? I don't know, but I'm not getting it. COVID out here. We're not gonna get that shot.
I've never had a flu shot, man.
I've never had one.
Never. I don't think I've
never
had one.
Bad. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I haven't had it, so I don't catch the flu often. And if I do, it's like it's not bad or it's really bad. But I'm not one of these people out here that's catching the flu every season. So I just think I take my over the counter, I keep it moving. But if you gotta get your flu shot, go get your flu shot, please. I'm not saying don't get your flu shot. I don't want nobody to be like, that politician said you don't need no flu shot. No, I'm not saying that. Just go get your flu shot.
Best for you.
Yes, do what's best for you. And consult your medical professional, please, in your flu shot acquisition. But it's cool. I am y'all know I'm a bowler. So everybody know I'm a bowler.
Yeah, you cheat.
I don't cheat, man. What do you mean? I'm too good to cheat.
You cheat.
Cheat. Too good to cheat. Somebody in my bowling community put in the chat, do I cheat? Let's solve this. Let's see what they say. So
you got a fixed ball with that little thing in the middle. Twin.
Everybody's awarded the same opportunity to buy that ball. So it's not fixed.
Okay.
Everybody's awarded the same opportunity. They sell them in all pro shops across the country.
That's the one you're gonna go with. I got you. I understand.
Yeah. So I'm a little upset with my bowling because bowling alleys have changed now. So usually you can go to bowling alley, we talk a little junk, we play around, we bet a little money, we have a good time. But now that you gotta wear masks, you gotta stay 6 feet apart, you gotta sit down in your little section. It's different socially. So I don't know if y'all tried to do anything socially on y'all end. Have you? And is it different?
Yes, it's different.
Yeah.
It's different. You stay in your group. Of course, you can't. There's no mixing and mingling. So yeah, it's different.
Yeah, it's weird because even me and Felicia went to Top Golf to just sit down, and at first Yeah, Top Golf had the pretty little lounge chairs. You can lounge and sit around, cushy. And this time they had barriers up and just some tables with like 4 or 5 chairs. Stayed on your side, everybody. I was like, how you gonna block off the bays that's already blocked off? But they did a good job with it. And that's what I don't think we realize that's going to change is the way of life for us. Our social life is going to change throughout this process. That's different. That's something I'm gonna have to get used to because I like to be amongst my people and have a good time, and not be in the house. And
Right.
I don't know what this gonna look like when we come out of this space, and when that space is gonna come out. Like this might be it. Like kids online. I'm looking for Zoom events to attend. Like I'm looking for a Zoom event. Like this is crazy. Like I wonder how they gonna party in their Zoom. Like it's gonna change. So it's not gonna change.
Nope.
I don't know how that's gonna work out at all. But we get it. All right, y'all. I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm gonna close it out like I normally close it out. I'm sorry. My wife is looking at me like, no, you're not. You got questions. You got questions. What I'm asking? Oh, okay, my bad. Yeah, I thought I asked that question. I didn't.
Don't you get beat up?
Yeah, I'm about to get beat up. I told you my communication bad sometimes. Like I don't get it. I'm still learning. It's a working process. So I did. So okay. So I did not, and I apologize. I did not ask this question. Kiki, I was supposed to ask you to give tips to women on how to be supportive and all that good stuff. That's what I was supposed to ask because I didn't do that. I asked that on how to be a supportive man. But you want to ask the question? You see what I gotta go through over here? She don't want to be on camera. She want to be behind the scenes, and she over here.
Yeah,
I understand.
Right. She over here. No, that's not the question. What's the question, please? That's the question. That's the question I asked. Can I ask that question? That's the question we going with, Kiki.
Okay, what was the question?
I don't even know at this point. She done got the question. Let me look on the paper again and see what the question is. Jeez. Any tips she would give women? That's what I asked her. Jeez. Put the question
in regards to awareness.
Now, wait a minute. We're going to tell Felicia put the question in the chat so I can stop getting the question wrong.
Okay.
She is clearly.
Okay.
Oh, okay. That's not what that question says, Kiki.
Okay. So tips regarding breast cancer awareness. Detection. Go get your mammograms. Go get your checkups. Do your self exams. I even have, when I go to appointments, now I'm seeing a lot more of the little handouts to tell you how to do your own exams. The early detection is the best thing. That saved my life. So get your mammograms. Go to your regular checkups. Just checkups. And I think because in our community, we don't go to the doctor when we should. So it is important to just do your regular checkups. That's key. Your self exams, your regular checkups. Follow up. If you go and they say you need to follow up, you need to follow up. It could be life or death. A lot of time, and the numbers for African American women, breast cancer is on the rise. When I was diagnosed in 2017, within a year's time, 3 or 4 in the church, 4 other women in the same church with us were also diagnosed right behind me, and that was it was in less than a year's time. So that was 5 of us in a year. Well, I'll say like a year and a half. Mm-hmm. Five diagnoses.
That's crazy. Well, thank you. I don't think I have any more questions for you. No questions. No questions for you guys. Thank you for sharing as always. I
Thank you.
appreciate you. Congratulations on 3 years.
Thank you.
Dad, thanks for being a supportive guy. You are, man. I appreciate y'all always being supportive of everything that I got going on. Thank you for joining. And we are going to do an end of the year show. We're going to do a little segment. You pop in, pop out, just say hey, so we can do that. So I'm going to have y'all come on back on for a couple minutes just to see how we doing for the end of the year show. Make it big or something.
Sounds good.
All right, love y'all. I see y'all soon. Stick around. Don't go nowhere yet to the end of the show. I'm gonna holler at y'all before we end, but I'm gonna do the last 5 minutes and then we're gonna get on out of here. Hey, y'all, it is Friday and it is over for our chat tonight. Make sure you go out and vote. Make sure you go out and vote. Make sure you go out and vote. And if you have not voted, like Linda said, you are doing your ancestors a disjustice. You need to make sure you pull everybody. Lottie Dottie, everybody, as our Senator Joanne Benson says in the state of Maryland, everybody, Lottie Dottie, everybody needs to go out and do this. This is one of the most important elections that we will have in our lifetime. To be able to say you was a part of it, you don't want to miss it. I know it's a lot of people who didn't vote in 2016, and I understand that, and I understand why. But we've seen over the last 4 years what we have come up with, and what we've been dealing with over the last 4 years. It's actually amazing that some of the marketing tactics that's being used, and realize that our current president, is a marketing genius. So just like Nike Just Do It ads, or Hulu Sports Live, Donald Trump understands how people react to the things that he puts out and the things that he says, how many times to do it, what's the proper colors. He understands how business works in marketing. Don't be a marketing statistic and fall for some of the tricks that's been going on. That's just my opinion. Your opinion and my total opinion about how voting works, I don't care who you vote for, honestly. Just go out and participate in the process. If you want things to change, make sure you vote on the down ballot. Make sure you vote for your senators. Make sure you vote for your congressmen. Make sure you vote for all of the local stuff, especially in 2 years. All of these things that we saw that's going on for all these people that's going out to the poll in 2 years, when this local stuff start coming up and all these other down ballots things coming up, make sure we had the same excitement. So don't lose that fire that you got right now. Win, lose, or draw, you can make the most sense and the most immediate action in 2 years when that local election start coming up for your mayors and your senators and your police chiefs or your commissioners or whatever your town administrators or whatever you have in your cities and your town across the country. So just pay attention to that stuff. Start trying to figure out who's running for office now. And if you know someone who you think would be good for it, start preparing them to get involved, to start going around to volunteer, to make sure they know the process, to learn about it so they'll be prepared to run in 2 years for whatever election that you think they run for. This is my advice for this. Next time y'all see me, we will have either the same president or the new president. I need you guys to join me. Subscribe to my elected official page and on Facebook. On Facebook, I need you to follow me on YouTube as Antwan.Brown on YouTube. And if you want more information, still follow me at acb@bcast.email. Just a blank email to acb@bcast.email to make sure you get more information and you can follow me and see the things that I'm doing. This is my Friday Night Talks. I am now available on Apple and Spotify. So all the past recordings that we did over the last couple Fridays will be on there, all the things in the future. So if you got a podcast app on your phone, you can look up Friday Night Talks with Antwan Brown and see some of the past things that we got going on. We created this platform to just talk to people that we know so we can get all the information out of more as possible and have a good time doing it, just kicking back, talking about some of the issues, talking amongst friends, keeping it light, because the mental health part of this show, what we haven't talked about in a while, was important, just to check in on people, your friends, your family, your loved ones, just to make sure they're okay, because we went through a tough year with George Floyd and police brutality and Black Lives Matter and pandemic and bad president, and we can go on and on and on. But make sure that the people you love pick up the phone. If you haven't talked to someone in a while, send a text. Make sure everybody's okay, because we have an election and we don't know how it's going to go. So let's check on them beforehand and let's check on them all afterwards. Hey, I love y'all as always. It's been my pleasure to always bring you to Friday Night Talks, and I'll talk to you soon. I'll see you next Friday. Be safe, and we will meet again.